Today's inspiration is a picture that my friend CJ took when she visited the Pittsburgh Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. I love using my disc samplers. It makes picking colors so much easier for me. I just place them next to my inspiration pictures, reference photos, and it helps me identify the colors. The main ones for this one will be permanent rose, quinacridone coral, sap green, and hooker's green. I've already did my drawing on the paper, and now I'm gonna tape a small border around the painting to give that clean edge all around. I'm gonna go in with a mop, natural hair brush to wet the entire area of the petals. That will allow me to drop in some soft colors and take my time building layers. We're gonna start with some yellows, cadmium yellow and lemon yellow, which give really like a pop of light. And then permanent rose, which is my favorite color, and just very diluted, very gently start building up those colors. Here you'll see me adding a little bit of violet and brilliant violet to add in a little bit more contrast and interest to the petals. Again, diluted version as well. A small brush will help you put in a little bit, work in those tight spots, add some colors, add some definition to the shape of your orchid. And for example, here we're adding some light veins. And if you feel like your brush was too heavy, you can go over it with a little bit of water. Just a little bit of a damp brush. Here I used some tint color with my permanent rose to give me a little bit of a muted shadowy color for the back orchid. We don't want the back orchid to overpower the painting. I'll be slowly building my petals, wet on wet, diluted colors, softening any hard edges that form, and touching. You'll see me go around the orchid. So I'll let you watch and put some music on for you. Let's take a break from painting the flowers and painting some of the greenery. I'll be using sap green and lemon yellow mostly for anything that's in the foreground, anything pertaining to the main three blossoms per se. So just dropping in a light color, a light mix of lemon yellow and the sap green, going with a little bit more concentrated sap green, and I'll even drop in a little bit of Viridian green. It's one of my favorite greens, and it gives it a nice pop of color. But don't overuse it because it can overpower your greens. For the background, I chose to go with a really strong, deep blue-green color. I mixed, and you can pick your favorite blue, ultramarine blue or cobalt or phthalo blue with your sap green, hooker's green. You can even add in some indigo to make it deeper. And work wet on wet whenever possible. For my larger areas, I flipped my paint in and tilted the page slightly towards me to create a little bit of a gravity pull. And I started adding my colors from top to bottom. Try and get your dark colors as concentrated as possible. If you go in with diluted background on a page that's already wet, the color will dry faded and not powerful and juicy. So go in as dark as possible. Try it on a scrap of paper if you're nervous about it before doing it on your final painting. Here, as I'm going towards the top of the painting, I'm adding more blue colors and a little bit more diluted to give the impression of the sky. Whenever my wash is still wet, I drop in other colors. My painting is now dry. I'm gonna remove my watercolor masking tape just to be able to get a good look at my semi-finished painting. I'm probably gonna stare at this for a couple days and decide if I'm happy with it as is, or if I'd like to add some more details or darken some shadows. Just think about it, live with it for a couple days. I call it the fussing stage. So even though I used good quality watercolor tape, I am being very careful removing it. I am pulling away from the painting itself to avoid tearing the paper. I've used washi tape before, but when I know that I'll be working large wet on wet areas, I prefer the watercolor tape. So the painting is clean. I erased some pencil marks that were under the masking tape, and now it's time to remove the paper from the block. I used this little instrument. I'm not sure where I came across it, but it has a nice rounded metal thingy that I use almost as a letter opener to go around the block. It really never damaged the paper for me. I find it very useful. And as you see, I'm just carefully going around the block, detaching my painting. There you have it. I hope you get to paint this beautiful pink orchid with bright colors and dark background. And if you liked my video, please hit subscribe and the like button. See you next time.